Damn, people. I just ripped a huge bowl. How's it going? Sunday morning show. What's going on? A little bit disheveled, but everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just want to shout out everyone, man. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another ICANN Fam show. Another ICANN Fam episode where we kick it with you all. See what's high, see who's high, while we stay high. I know I'm high, and I got a joint to smoke. So, today's going to be a great episode. And I think we got a lot of great stuff to talk about in today's episode. But before we get into that, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. If you're watching right now, smash the like button. Let me know what's popping. Let me know what's going on, where you're chilling at, because I'm always interested to find out what's going on with you guys, man. So shout out to everyone, because this show is all about you guys. Now, let's get into today's episode. Yo, yep, guys. Gosh, man, what a great weekend, man. You guys ever get that feeling when everything is just going so well, you've been productive, but you just feel like you ain't got enough time of the day? Man, it's crazy, honestly. It's crazy. Damn, these big bows. Now, as you guys would have seen from the title of the video, today we're going to run through illegal seeds, man. Like, what's up with these illegal seeds? What exactly is an illegal seed? You know, where does it come from? What makes it illegal? I thought that they were illegal based on what the Fed said recently. Well, there's a lot of different things that goes into it. But before we actually get into any of those things, guys, honestly, I got to shout out Mars Hydro. Because Mars Hydro is doing some great stuff in the community. They got some banging lights, grow tents, carbon filters, exhaust fans, drip irrigation systems now. They got supplemental UV lighting. They got a lot of different stuff, man. And I'm really just super happy to see how far they've taken it. I think they've even got pH pens and EC meters, man. So honestly, if you're looking for stuff on a budget, hit up Mars Hydro, cop some of the great stuff they got. Lots of different stuff, man. Everything that you need from growing. And you can use a discount code ICANNTHC and snag a discount on top of the sales. They've always got sales running, guys. Always. So any sale that you guys can think of, they've got one running. Like, if it's Easter, they got one running. If it's Halloween, they got one running. If it's Happy 420, they definitely got one running. So they got one running all the time, man. Definitely check that out. Hit that discount code, support the channel, and you can also get a double discount, man. The double discount is honestly crazy. Like, when I get a discounted item and I put in a discount code, most of the times it'll say discount code not valid on this item. But it's actually friggin' valid. So hit it up and get a double discount. Now, guys, straight up, I don't know, man. You guys got to smash a like, hit the bell, and today's episode is going to be great. I just wanted to shout out before we actually do, though, two people, man. Larry B, I'm seeing you in the chat right now, man. Happy belated birthday. I think yesterday was your birthday, right? Happy birthday, my man. We're going to blaze a joint and hit a bong for you, sip some of this good morning tea. And happy birthday, my man. And last month, my homie, Hipsters and Hippies, also celebrated his birthday. I'm not sure if he's tuned in right now, but he's always showing love, man. He's on the Patreon. And speaking of Patreon, guys, we're going to be doing a Patreon-only live stream right after this. So if you ain't on the Patreon, definitely join up. Join up with the ICANN fam. The link is in the chat. And show some love, man. Show some love and support the channel. And we're going to have a lot of fun after this, man. Last week's live stream, we actually went on into the garden. We transplanted some plants with you guys. It was a real fun time. And we actually got some great suggestions from you guys who tuned in as well. So thank you all for that, because that you know, it really, like you guys said, you know, it's better to do it right the first time than have to do it twice, right? So if you guys want to find out more about what's going on and hang out with us on the Patreon after this live stream, definitely hit that link and show some love, man. Happy birthday, my man Larry, Hipsters and Hippies, all the homies, man. Now, fake seeds, illegal seeds. What's up with these illegal seeds? Well, they're two different things, really. I'm going to chill out on the illegal side of stuff today. And speaking of illegal seeds, guys, yesterday we posted a video where we went behind the scenes into a $5 million grow facility. And you guys may not have seen it simply because it was posted on the Uncensored channel, and you know, YouTube does not notify us and anyone actually and stuff like that of our videos. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely have a look at it, see what's going on over there, because there's a lot of great stuff that's going on, like in the community. And my screen just blanked out, but you know that happens all the time out here. So let's flip this around and see if we can get it to work. Great. Now, the VIP Uncensored channel. The Uncensored channel. Definitely check that out. We got a lot of great stuff going on over there. And On top of that, that's where we posted the grow facility, the grow tour. And on that grow tour, man, they do no seeds. No seeds, only clones. Straight up, no seeds. And they do like a lot of different lighting system setup and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Check it out if you haven't already. Just have a look at it and let me know what you think of that video. It's actually the most recent video. It was posted like 20 hours ago. So have a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. Now we got 125 people tuned in. Smash the like button. We only got 30-40 likes, man. Smash the like. Some of you guys ain't smashed the like yet, but we got to smash the like. Now let's get into the rest of today's episode, guys. So I shouted out all the homies already, but we need to talk about some of these illegal seeds, right? So what is up with these illegal seeds? What exactly are illegal seeds? What are these illegal seeds about? Well, at this grow tour facility, which is not the illegal seeds, but check out that grow tour video. But the illegal seeds, man, straight up, everyone knows that recently, well, maybe not everyone, so let me just backtrack. A lot of people know that recently the Fed has dropped the DEA had dropped a notice pretty much letting everyone know that, seeds contain no THC, they're fine, they're legal, it's okay. The DEA literally acknowledged that, the seeds are fine to sell. So what does that mean for the industry? Well, there's a lot of different things that come into play with this, right? And I wanted to chat on this because I see a lot of people in the community having issues when it comes to beans. Whether you're purchasing beans, you're shipping beans you want to a friend or something like that, or you're just trying to get hands on some new genetics. Because everyone knows that, like, the beans are super easy to ship, right? They're super small. They come in little packages. You can put them in almost everything and ship them, right? But there are a lot of different things that you guys need to be aware of. So, in January 2022, an official of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency actually confirmed that yes, cannabis seeds fall under the legal definition of hemp, and yes, they can be sold openly without criminal liability, right? So breeders and growers and people like us who just always looking for that new fire strain, that new perfect genetic, you will find this news that applies to you. It'll be pretty interesting, right? Now, a lot of these seeds and stuff, yes, you can send them from one state to another state. You may not have any issues with it simply because there's no actual THC. It falls under the definition of hemp, right? But you may face issues if you're living in prohibition land or if you're living in an illegal state. So technically, yes, you can receive it, you can get it in. But if for some off chance that, the USPS or the mail service that you're using or FedEx or UPS or whoever it is, dude, Ascendio, whatever it is, that they aren't searching packages or anything like that, or you write down and you're just too honest to exactly what's the contents in it, because sometimes you got to declare what's in there and shit like that. If you put cannabis seeds, then you may be raising red flags for yourself. So in that sense, you may want to just be smart about what you're doing. I'm not saying it's a lie or anything like that. Just be smart about what you're doing, man. Because I know I've run into instances, when I was shipping stuff out of the country. When I was living out in the Caribbean, I was shipping stuff out of the Caribbean. There's a lot of different rules that apply. Especially if you're looking outside of the U.S. So in the U.S., you may not face as many issues when it comes to having those being sent from one place to another, but a lot of the times you may actually face those issues if you're shipping it internationally. So what I'm going to say is that a lot of countries have different laws when it comes to their governments and their customs laws and shit like that, right? So you can get certain beans in at certain places you may not get those beans in, and it all depends on the country's laws. So when I lived out in the Caribbean, I could have sent stuff out. It was a lot easier than actually receiving stuff. Now, when it came to receiving stuff, I remember so clearly, guys, like I ordered a bunch of ethos, some fire strains. It was like ethos plant hash. It was like some sort of strawberry strain. It was like something else. And I spent like $500-600 on seeds, right? Just copping some seeds for my personal stash. And what happened is that literally a short while after that, they shipped it out, promptly and everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my beans. Awesome. That shit's perfect. I'm gonna drop a Hadouken because that shit's so perfect, man. But after that, I quickly realized these seeds seem to be stuck, and I just don't know where they're stuck. So like what I was saying, guys, customs laws have got different laws for everywhere, man. Everywhere, no matter what country you're in, you'll have customs laws for that country. So if you're living in the U.S. and you buy something from outside of the U.S., you often see on your tracking and stuff, it's got to go through customs clearance. If you're sending anything internationally, it's got to go through that customs clearance. So these quote unquote beans, souvenirs, even if you have like written on the back of it, not meant for germination purposes, strictly illegal to germinate, this is only meant for souvenir purposes or for collection purposes, that can only go so far. So if the laws of the specific country are against importation of certain agricultural products, then you may run into issues. And I use the word agricultural products, guys, because when I was living out in the Caribbean, my beans got seized. Shit got seized, bruh. See, damn.
Bruh.
And I'm not even talking about like seas, like the good seas, the water, the ocean. I'm talking seized by the feds, by the police, man. It was honestly pretty friggin' wild. So what I would say is look into where you're at. Now, the reason my own got seized, I don't know if these laws apply everywhere, but a lot of different jurisdictions have different laws, right? So my seeds got seized because to bring those seeds into the country, you needed a license. To bring any sort of seeds into the country, you needed a license. So it can be avocado seeds, it could be mango seeds, it could be like regular basil, mint, any sort of leaves, man. In those little packages, any sort of seeds that you bring in, you needed to have like they call it a psychosanitary license or something like that. You needed to have that license, and I did not have that license. Now, all that to say, you can always get things in. If you get creative with how it's packaged and sent in to you, you can get it in. Because I got a lot of beans before that point sent to me, no problem. Sometimes the shippers were creative. They took out the original packaging, or they just had it in something else, or they put it into something else, like a toy box, a puzzle, anything like that. A DVD case, the good old DVD case. You just can't beat it, right? And if you guys actually watch DVDs still, perfect. DVDs. What are those? Now, straight up, guys, what I would say though is that if you can get creative and you're sending stuff out internationally, a lot of the times it's probably better just to do that, because if you run the risk of getting it seized, then that can impact your bottom line. It can impact your feelings just because you lost something that you really didn't want to lose, and it can impact whoever you're sending it to because they wanted to get something, they didn't get it, and now it sucks, right? So that's something that a lot of people just overlook, man. These illegal seeds may be legal based on what the DAA said, but it depends on where you're getting those being sent to. Now, a lot of people also buy beans, right? So a lot of people buy beans from different seed banks. And yes, there are a lot of U.S.-based seed banks, but there are also a lot of European seed banks, guys. A lot of European, like I think 420 Fast Buds is based out of Spain. I know Seedsman is also based out of somewhere in Europe. So I know that there's a lot of European influence when it comes to beans, man. You guys know about the packs that come out of Amsterdam and all that stuff, right? And again, if you're buying some of those strains, some of those genetics, and you're copying it from, out in Europe, out in Spain, out in Italy, or wherever it's coming from, a lot of the times you got to bring it into the U.S. if you're based out in the U.S., or if you're based in the U.K., or if you're based wherever, you got to bring it to you, right? So again, I had that same problem. So no matter where I got the beans from, because, out in the Caribbean and Trinidad, they was not doing a lot of seed breeding down there and stuff like that, to that scale. So I would get all my beans outside and I would have to bring them in. And again, you face those troubles. So it's all worth looking into. A lot of different people have their preferred seed banks, their preferred breeders, their preferred place where they cop their genetics. But always think about, where is it coming from? Where are my beans coming from? Are they coming from a reputable breeder? Where is that breeder based? Are they based out in the U.S. or are they based out in Europe, out in the U.K.? Who knows? No one knows. We need to figure that out then, because I don't want to run into a problem where I order some beans, I spend $200 on some beans, $300 on some beans, and it can't get to me. Or it gets to me, but it gets seized before it gets to me. So all something to think about, guys. And I think that's the illegal side of things that a lot of people, tend to overlook, man, because we all know that, like, a lot of the times, there are individual laws for states as well. So yes, the Fed can say yes, but the state can still say no, and that's exactly what they're raising in this article here. So Dark Heart Nursery, right? A lot of these companies who have nurseries and they start off clones and seeds and stuff like that, they run into the same problems, man. So the Fed may say yes, but your state may say no. Your state may have local laws which say no. So definitely look into your local laws. Definitely look into where you're looking at. That's how the seeds can turn from illegal to illegal. So smash the like button for that, guys. I see we got 90 likes, but almost 200 people tuned in. Smash the like and show some love. We need to get those likes up, all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Now, guys, let's get into some more of the show, because this show is going great, man, and I have so many great things planned for you guys. Now, everyone knows that the Cannabis Marketplace is illegal, right? Not might be illegal, it is illegal, in a lot of places. Even if you're living in a place where it's legal, as soon as you get out of there, it's legal. It's straight up, just think of it that way. And even if you're in a place where it's legal, a lot of the times you'll face discrimination because you're partaking in the plant. Whether you're going to buy a house and you're super honest on your application, or whether you're just taking a toke somewhere and you're getting strange looks from some different people who don't want you to be token out there. A lot of different things. Now, I'm seeing a lot of great things going on in the chat. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Much love to you guys. Now, let's keep on rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling, because we got another story for you guys. And this one I wanted to call the What's Growing On, because we always got to show you guys what's going on. And I know a lot of people who tune into the chat right now living in different places. So drop in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from. I know that my good friend Mary is tuning in from Hawaii. And on the topic of Hawaii, I wanted to see what's growing on in Hawaii. So this is the segment I like to call Let's See What's Growing On, guys. Let's see what's going on out here in Hawaii, guys. It's pretty cool, because Hawaii senators passed an adult use cannabis bill. Shout out to High Times for this, man. Now, a recreational bill recently passed in Hawaii and now moved into the House for review. So shout out to that, because we're making steps forward, and it's so great to see me making steps forward, man. Honestly, that is perfect. You guys got to smash the like for that, because if you're living in an illegal state like I was just talking about, you guys know how painful it is to do almost anything, man. To make any moves, even just to grow one plant. You feel like you're ducking from the feds, like they're taxing your electricity poles, and they're trying to figure out, is this motherfucker growing? Why did his electricity spike from $100 last month to $500 this month? What is going on with him? Man, you gotta flush those people with that sort of thinking, man. That sort of thinking is whack. You gotta flush that shit all the way down the toilet. Right? Because that's not what we want to do. So when we're making significant steps, we always got to showcase that stuff for you guys. So shout out to Hawaii, man, because Hawaii is making some great moves, and I hope that, they continue to go along this path and they get a lot of their stuff legalized, and not just medical, but also recreational. So like I just asked, where's everyone tuning in from? What's going on about it? What's going on? There's this other one where we got to find out where people are at and how people feel about the flower, right? Because this is a pretty cool little map that I saw, and it broke it down into like the US, obviously, and it shows the different places where we have medical, where we have recreational, and we have nothing, right? So obviously where I'm at is out in Colorado. We got medical and recreational. I friggin' love it, dude. It is amazing. But a lot of these other states, you guys can see there's still a lot of gray on there. We got to get that gray to dark green, right? We want medical and recreational. Well, personally, that's what I want. But even if we're just medical, that's a good step in the right direction. So that is super, super solid. But a lot of places are pushing back on the recreational part of it, and that sort of puts the spoke in the wheels for a lot of people. Some people would now have to go and get a medical card. They may have other reasons why they do not want to get a medical card. Recreational just makes it a lot easier, and it also makes it a lot easier for a lot of the people who actually, sell the flowers and stuff like that, because they can appeal to a wider range of people. And for us as consumers, it also works out, because that means we get a little bit more competition. So it works out for us. It works out real nice. Now, I'm just super, super stoked about the the improvement, man. The amount of places that are taking it seriously, the amount of places I'm seeing it on their ballots. It's on their ballot for consideration. It's on the referendum or whatever. I'm not a politics guy or anything like that, but I'm just happy to see that it's coming up in these situations, in these forums. But we got to stay mindful, guys. We got to stay woke, because a lot of these people in these forums are some of these older guys who have never really partook in the flower. They've never grown it, never smoked it, never sold it, never done nothing with it. They want to tax the shit out of it, and that's why we ended up in situations like Cali. We're out in California. People are struggling, man. They're struggling, and a lot of people have actually, packed up shop and left California simply because of that, man. Simply because of that. The heavy taxes, the regulation, it's almost like a legal stranglehold. So while we're taking steps forward, again, we take steps backward, man. So let's see what's going on now in Oklahoma, because a lot of people are saying, why you guys saying let's see exactly what they're saying, because marijuana legalization now takes a step backwards. So you take 2 steps forward, you take 1 back. What the fuck? Anyway, man, straight up, a lot of times, like, you gotta take it for what it is, right? So out here, they passed a medical legalization referendum in 2018, right? So that's what they say. They passed it in 2018. But since then, a lot of voters have backed medical marijuana legalization. So that's been great. But when they brought up some of the recreational stuff for consideration, they were like, nah, we don't want any recreational stuff at all, So the recreational stuff is what a lot of people would probably fall into, Like, personally, I fall into recreational. I ain't got a medical card or anything like that. I don't want to have to go and get a medical card or anything like that. It just seems like, even though people say it's easy, it just seems like an inconvenience, man. I don't want my shit documented anywhere. I don't want my name on a piece of paper which goes and gets sent to the state. I don't want it, man. I just don't want it. I don't want it. You can fault me for it. You can not fault me for it, but bruh. I just don't want it, bruh. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below for sure, man. So we always gotta like keep an eye on what's going on, and that's what this segment is all about. The what's growing on segment, the what's growing on in the industry, what's growing on in the world, what's going on in the good old Canada community, because we gotta stay there, man. We gotta stay there. So again, recreational legalization will only make the crime problems worse, is what they're saying out in Oklahoma. Now, I don't know what's the crime problems they're facing. I don't know how the two are related. I don't know why the two are related. And I think personally the dynamics are a little bit different. Times have changed in 2018, 2020, 2023. Like, we're making progress, man. We're making progress. We're going ahead. But anyway, either way, like, whatever. This is crazy. But I think we need to lighten the mood a little bit, guys. What you guys think? Is it time to lighten the mood? Shout out everyone that's tuned in right now. We got to lighten the mood a little bit. Paul, my homie Paul, I did an early morning show for you, man. I always know you guys out there in the UK, the EU. Yeah, we got to do the early morning shows for you guys. Shout out Broken Scepter, Nicholas, Gregory, Road Farms, Cap Bar, Casey, everyone, Jefferson. A lot of people tuned in, man. I love everyone that's tuned in. Hit the like button, guys. Show some love. Now let's get into the lighten up segment. I like to call this the lighten up segment, but it's really called the joke of the day. I got a really different one for you guys today. I think I'm gonna run through it and lighten the mood, because that Oklahoma stuff sort of got me a little bit heavy, man. A little bit heavy. So let's get into the stoner joke of the day, man. Now, first off, I've been giving you guys some of the story type stuff, some of the longer jokes, but today I figured I'm gonna do it a little bit shorter, man. I'm gonna give you guys some of the quick ones. So, what happens when you eat weed, guys? When you eat not really edibles, but like when you eat the flowers themselves, you just got a big branch, some nice flowers, some nice nugs on it. You cut it down off the tree and you just eat it. You just take a few munches off it. Just straight off. You don't even cook it. You don't decarb. You don't eat it. You don't do anything. What happens? Yeah, what happens when you eat the weed, man? Well, you get a pot belly. Who came up with that one? Why is he like this? Honestly, why is he like this? You need to stop it, Matt. Oh, man. Now, we got another one for you, man. Like, I love the stoner jokes. The stoner jokes are always the great ones, man. So, let's get into the second stoner joke of the day. The second stoner joke of the day is about to blaze this one up, right? And when you always about to blaze one up, I ask myself the question, right? How does one know when someone is a true pothead? Like, how can someone figure that out? Is it because they always got a lighter on them? Is it because, like, they always keep one rolled? Like, you got a homie, you got that homie, he always keeps one rolled. He always got one lit. And if he ain't got one lit, he's got one rolled already. Or he's about to roll one. That motherfucker's about to roll one. How do you know when someone's a true pothead? Do any of those things matter? Well, you always know when someone's a true pothead when their bongs get cleaned more often than their dishes. That dude's in there cleaning bongs, man. But honestly, I'm not sure about that one, because a lot of the times maybe you see a true pothead with the dirtiest of bongs just because they ain't cleaning that bong, man. They don't clean that glass. I know personally, my glass gets dirty so fast, man, and I do neglect to clean it sometimes, if I'm being honest. It's probably not the best thing to do, Matt. Like, what you doing, Matt? You deserve a flush for that one, but sometimes it happens, Sometimes it gets super dirty real fast and you just don't get to clean it, or you just forget to clean it, or whatever. Maybe, I'm going to stop talking. I'm incriminating myself too much. Now, for all you growers out there, right, who love to grow organics, this joke is for you guys. This is the last one, I promise. No more stale ass, lame ass, weak ass jokes. Or maybe we do have one more. No, I'm just playing. We got one more. So, what did the stoner plant? Like a lot of people who grow flowers and grow their own plants, right? What do they use, man? Like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we use? What's our favorite organic input that we use? And why do we use it? Well, it's got to be kelp, man. It's got to be kelp. That's seaweed. We love that seaweed. No, I know that one was probably the lamest of the three. I'm sorry, guys. I need to take a smoke for some inspiration. So let me just spark this real quick. But honestly, though, shout out to Will, man. Shout out to Will. Now, why did the stoner cross the street? Simply because the dispensary was on the other side. Okay, that's it. I promise. That's it. No more. Let's get into the rest of the show, guys. Let's get into the rest of the show. Now, this section is the stoner, the Grow Talk segment, man. What am I saying, stoner? Too many stoners. The Grow Talk segment, where we got a lot of different topics that people have posted on Patreon, and we just always like to bring it up with you guys. So if you guys ain't part of the Patreon, ain't part of the ICANN fam, guys, definitely join up. You guys can be part of the fam, and you guys can make the show happen. Not only make the show happen, but you guys can drop all the topics for the show that you guys want answered. We can discuss them. We can go through them. We can get people talking about it in the chat and see what everyone else is doing, and you can get a great idea of how to do things. So the first question we actually got in was from Jefferson Triplet, and then we answered that. We got one from Oli Ropes too, and I just gotta move on to the next one. So I think the last one we actually answered was the Elemental Gardener. Right? Now, the one that I wanted to talk about today was one that came in from Norma G. So shout out to Norma G. Norma G's in the chat right now. And this is actually one that he's been trying to get me to talk about for a while, because I'm sure a lot of you people who are in the chat right now overlook this. And this is something you guys should not overlook. What is it? Well, it's electrical safety, guys. A lot of you times, straight up overlook that electrical safety. You guys gotta, be careful when it comes to what you're running in your grow room, but also how you're running it, right? So, shout out to Norma G, man, because it's just such a great topic. Honestly, it's such a great topic. If you guys ain't on the Patreon, definitely join up. You can support for, less than $1 a month, shit like that. Really, really small amounts. And just show some love and support the channel now. And it comes to electrical safety, guys, right? There's a lot of different things that you guys can consider, and a lot of different things that can go wrong. You don't want your grow room to, literally end up in a situation where everything burns down or things get overloaded and you end up with, sparks flying and stuff like that, because electrical grow room safety is something that everyone should pay attention to. Everyone. So everyone in the chat right now, hit the like button for that, because you got to pay attention to that, man. So simple stuff, if there's an electrical fire or safety in the grow room, how do I deal with it? What do I do? Do I throw water on it? Do I not throw water on it? A lot of people are okay, just grab some water. a lot of the times with electrical fires, you don't want to throw water on the shit, right? So stuff like that. If you keep a fire extinguisher close, keep it serviced. These simple things can go a long way. It's almost like an insurance policy, just in case anything goes wrong, that you mitigate your loss. Throw some security cameras in there. Frequently look on your stuff. Maybe even have a little carbon monoxide alert system, a little alarm. So install a smoke or heat detector in and around your grow space. That's the first thing that Norma G actually suggested. So shout out again to Norma G. Man's got some great knowledge when it comes to a lot of these stuff. So install a smoke or heat detector in and around your grow space, guys, and have a CO2 or electrical fire extinguisher at hand and clearly accessible. Always make sure that you guys get it serviced. A lot of these times this thing needs to be serviced frequently as well. So service that shit. Don't not service it. And a lot of the times, guys, I know a lot of you got electrics. You got a fan running in there. The fan's probably running 24/7. You got a AC system probably. You probably got lights in there as well. You got carbon filters, exhaust fans. You got a seedling mat. You got a humidifier or a dehumidifier. You got a lot of stuff running. That's a lot of electrics. That's a lot of electrics, guys. You don't want to zerk your shit. You don't want to burn your house down. You don't want to burn down your grow space. Don't overload your electrical sockets. A lot of the times, overloading causes issues. Overloading, think of it. The word overload does not sound good, right? Doesn't sound healthy. So you don't want to overload your shit, bro. Just don't overload your shit. And a lot of the times around the grow space, think about what this is connecting to. So you're plugging into this wall outlet. Is this wall outlet on the same grid as the other one right above it, upstairs or downstairs? Is it on the same grid as the one that's opposite adjacent the room? Because you can overload this one, and then you go and overload that one, and they're both on the same grid, both on the same line, so to speak. So if you do that, you're definitely overloading your shit. So a smart way to do it is get some of those little amperage meters, little wattage meters, and you can test what's what, figure out what's what and how it's working. Because a lot of the times, these things, if they go awry, it goes awry in a real bad way. And it's expensive to resolve it. So think of it that way. And check is what he says. Check what amperage and wattage your grow lights are on, and your fans, all that stuff. Check all that. And noting that most domestic amperage is lower than industrial sites. So shout out for Norma G on that, man. Big ups. Now you guys also need to extension cables. Extension cables have a few issues. Often they're a trip hazard. You can just walk over it and trip in your grow room. I've got some extension cables right here in the studio, and I have to put carpets down over it so you don't trip. A lot of the times they can be also extended on a reel, but then they get super hot and they can warm up a lot when they're carrying a lot of amperage. So I've got an extension cable that I plug into a fan heater sometimes, and that fan heater causes the extension cable to get super hot. Last night I was actually unplugging it, and I burnt my finger just because it was so hot, and it's 1,500 watts pulling from that, and that's just one fan heater, so think of it that way. A lot of these small extensions are off the lower rates of amperage as well, so you don't want to end up in a situation where your shit gets blown just because you're using a cheap extension cable. So again, always think about those things, man. Don't overlook it at all. Now, a lot of people ask, is it okay to put two electrical applications into one wall socket, but not via an extension cable plugged into the same socket? That may be okay for a lot of the times. What I like to do, though, is I like to get surge protectors, guys. Surge protectors help a lot. They help, sort of contain the load. If a big surge comes, it also neutralizes it and sends it out. Some of these surge protectors actually have a little bit of time that you can run on it if current goes and stuff like that. You can get an hour run time from it or something like that. So that's great. I love surge protectors. Always look for how many joules it can cover, even for your TVs and stuff like that. Surge protectors are a great way to, protect your electrical items. The grow equipment costs money. It costs a lot of money. So that's why the discount code ICANTHC helps. Now, on top of that, you just got to maintainly clean your stuff, clean it down, clean your chillers, your fans, even your grow lights, wipe them down. A lot of dust accumulates in the grow room. If you got pumps, wipe that down as well. If you got fans, wipe the back of the fans so no lint catches on the back of the fans and anything like that. If you got fan heaters, wipe the back as well. You don't want those fan heaters sparking anything. Always clean and maintain your stuff. Keep your stuff checked all the time. Always check it. Make sure that everything is going good. You want to be routinely inspecting. Just like how you got IPM, you want to have EPM. electrical preventative maintenance. That's what I call it. EPM. And I just made that up on the spot because I'm a stoner and that's what happens. You can make shit up on the spot. Perfect. Now, shout out to Norma G because today's topic, that was a great one, man. Now, guys, if you have a fire in your grow space and any of those electrical wires or cables are incorrect, a lot of the times your domestic home insurance will be invalid. So if you think, oh, I got insurance, that'll cover that shit. If you fuck the shit up, insurance ain't covering that shit, bro. And trust me, they ain't covering that shit. That may also invalidate your property's lease if you have a lease or rental agreement, and you may be liable to prosecution or stuff like that if you burn down a landlord's place. So again, always take the precautions. A few bucks up front can save you a lot in the long run and a lot of headache, stress, and heartache, man. You don't want to end up in any situation like that. So shout out to Norma G, man. I've been waiting for a while to do this one. A lot of great tips on that. A lot of great facts. The landlord will be pissed the hell off, and they won't be happy, and you won't be happy either, man. So you guys definitely hop on the Patreon, hop on and show some love. We got a lot of great topics, a lot of great things coming in, and if you guys got a topic, drop it in and let us know what's going on. Let us know what's going on. What's your topic? If you have any experience in anything, you want us to chat about it because you see that it's lacking, let us know, man, and we can get some great topics going on in the live shows for you guys. The ICANN fam show is all about you guys. It's for everyone, and it's always good to see what you guys are doing, what you guys are saying, and how we can help each other out, because it's all about helping each other out, right, guys? If you ain't helping each other out, you're just, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Now, anyway, let's get into the rest of today's show, guys, because it's a banging show. We're rifling through this shit. Now, this one is really interesting, man. A lot of people get blazed, and they go and do whatever they gotta do, whether it's driving to work, dropping your kids off at school, whether it's going off to have a chill out somewhere, I don't know, chill out at a restaurant or a movie theater or whatever. A lot of people drive, right? And you drive when you smoke. So when you drive and smoke and drive, like that G-Eazy song. But, not G-Eazy, that's Machine Gun Kelly, isn't it? But anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. I digress. Now, when is it okay to drive after consuming flowers? A lot of people out here overlook the fact that you can get in trouble if you be doing that, man. That's like a DUI, isn't it? Like, a lot of people out here can get caught with that, and that can be a straight up DUI. Now, I don't know if you're where you're at. If you're where you guys are at, it's illegal to drive, when you're under the influence of cannabis. Let me know how they deem that. Let me know what they do to figure out if you're high. Like, is it like a breathalyzer? Do you blow into something? Do they just look at your eyes and see if your eyes are like super red or if you smell like weed? Because there are certain places where the smell is no longer cause for concern for police to search a car. I can't remember where that is, but I did a video on that recently. The smell is no longer cause for concern. So that being said, why is it illegal if I'm driving and I'm stoned? I guess maybe because different people have different ways that they react to the flower, I don't know. But for me, a lot of the time I do a lot of things better when I'm stoned. I don't know. When I toke up, my creative juices get flowing and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know. What's up with this? Anyway, the marijuana impaired driving has been on the rise across the country. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the percentage of weekend nighttime drivers who tested positive for marijuana went from 8.6 in 2007 to 12.6 in 2014. But the NHTSA, that's a lot of letters, I just prefer KFC, pointed out that the presence of drugs does not necessarily imply impairment. So, at least they're noticing and recognizing that, just because they got THC in them or whatever, you tested positive, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily impaired. Because some people may have higher tolerances than other people. Some people may drive fine. Like, I ripped massive bowls and did exams, and passed my law exams, man. Like, I did what I needed to do. My creative juices got flowing, like I'm telling you. Now, a lot of the times people overlook that. Like, does it actually impair your motor skills or your driving? Or does it? Well, it depends, man. What may happen to one person may not happen to someone else. I was chilling out with a homie and he hit the J once, and my guy literally passed out in front of me. Like, he just flew straight back, hit his head on a mailbox and everything, bro. Like, the flower just ain't for some people, I guess. Now, what they're saying here, this is their argument, is that not only do marijuana products nowadays contain higher concentrations of THC, there are also so many different types of products that are absorbed in so many different ways. Products like shatter or dabs can have significantly stronger impacts than the flower does. So how can you be sure to drive after you've smoked? Well, the best advice is don't drive and smoke pot. I know that it may be unsatisfying, but you can't say when it's safe. So again, like, how do people tell when you're smoking? How can people tell? What does the DUI test look like? Let me know what you guys think, because personally, I have never, knock on wood, had a DUI test for weed, and I hope I never do. But how do they do it? What do they do? Again, like, what do they do where you're at? Because a lot of different places, they do different things. Like back in the Caribbean where I was at, it was just the nose test, right? If you pull up in a roadblock, bro, and they just smell weed, it could be weed that's being smoked, it could be weed that's being lit, it could be weed that's in your Ziploc bag in your backpack. They gon' pull you over. You DUI, bro. You DUI. you motherfucking I. Straight up. So again, like, there's a lot of different like things about it, man. And I think there are a lot of different loopholes, and it's crazy, man. But the DMV is pretty clear about it. So the DMV is clear about marijuana use in vehicles. Not as in only illegal to drive under the influence of marijuana or other substances that can impact your ability to drive. It's also legal to consume marijuana products while riding as a passenger in a vehicle. What? So if I'm a passenger in a vehicle, I can't even, I'm not just a passenger. A passenger? Like, really? If I'm a passenger, I can't consume? So I can't even eat gummies and have my wife drive or something, and I'm eating the gummies, and I don't get it. So I'm going to be breaking the law if I'm eating gummies in the front seat? I don't get it, man. I'm in the back seat eating some gummies. Is that still illegal, man? Man, so many crazy loopholes, dude. And I don't even know if that's a loophole. That's just straight up. Now, this is out in California. So let me know if you guys have run into any of these issues out in Cali. If you guys have been out in Cali, if you've ever had a DUI issue running with the law or anything like that, let me know how it's been, man. So for sure, definitely don't hotbox out there. Shout out to Chapo Smokes. Don't hotbox out there. Don't hotbox out there, bro. Bro. Hotboxing Cali? Sounds risky. I'm not sure about that one, man. Now, straight up, I just wanted to end on something else that's really nice, man. So, this one, a lot of people would have seen the Super Bowl recently, man. So, Super Bowl recently, shout out to, Travis, man. Travis is, again, doing great stuff to break the stigma, because I think this is super important, man. He was a great SNL host. Just check out this post on Instagram. You can read the full story, but he's a famous athlete. A lot of people know him, great guy as well. But a lot of people have the misconception that, smoking pot makes you lazy, unsuccessful, you're a stoner. But you can actually be stoned and successful. Shout out my homie CLTV. You can be stoned and successful. You can do good stuff. Smoking pot may get you suspended from a team, back in college, but you can still win the friggin' Super Bowl. Twice, dude. You can still win it twice. So shout out to that, man, because that's friggin' perfect. Kansas City Chiefs, the tight end and the Super Bowl champion, Great stuff, man. It's just great to see these things happening, and I think the more that we are able to see these things happening, is the more that the plant will get a lot more acceptance by a lot of different people all over the world, man. So that is big. That is real big. And again, on another positive note, we got to bring the positivity. Heavy Metal Line. Now, a lot of people, you guys know Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal is that band. And they literally made famous by its Science magazine and feature film, and they're partnering with a Massachusetts cannabis company to bring branded weed products to the state. So this is pretty cool. Again, it's pretty cool. Depending on how you look at it, you may be like, okay, these are like other people with money and big corp coming into the game and stuff like that. But if you're a heavy metal fan, maybe this is appealing to you. So this I just found was pretty cool, pretty neat, and kind of cool. Heavy metal cannabis, where metalverse meets cannaverse. Nice, interesting, eh? What you guys think about that? Are you guys adverse to a lot of people coming in? Because, a lot of people say, like, even like Burner coming in, he's just taking the cookies. He's not giving any friggin', what's the word I'm looking for? Any recognition to the original makers of the strain and shit like that. And everybody now associates cookies with Burner. you know, like just like runts and these other shits like that. So depending on how you look at it, maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing, you know, not 100% sure, but definitely worth consideration. Now, guys, check out the Uncensored channel, the I Can THC Uncensored channel. Like I said, we got a lot of great content going on over there. We're actually going to be going live on there right now, only with the patrons. So definitely hop on over to Patreon if you aren't on the Patreon. We got a Patreon only live stream. We're going to chill out with you guys, finish smoking the rest of this massive J, because I still got a lot, and I got my bowl, and my bong, and some flour to go unpack. So let me know what you guys think, how this episode has been. I've had a blast chilling with you guys. We got a lot of great stuff going on, as always, and a lot more greater stuff planned for you guys. Hit the friggin' like button, smash the like, because today's episode was a banger, guys. Let me know what you think of those illegal seeds. Have you ever run into issues with illegal seeds? Have your seeds been illegal and then turned legal, or been legal and then turned illegal? Like, let me know what you guys think about it. We're gonna have another episode very, very soon for you guys. And yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Smash the friggin' like, and don't forget, we'll see you on the next one. Stay high and stay motherfucking fly. Peace, fam.